Let's talk Shichisei no Subaru, or Seven Senses of the Reunion. It's an anime about this group of kids who are playing a VR game a la Sword Art Online, except instead of being a death game, this game features permadeath of your character. You die, your account's deleted, that's it, bye-bye. So these kids are really good at the game, and they're taking on this mega boss that no one's ever beaten before, and one of their characters dies. So you're like, oh snap, they're gonna have to completely start over. No, because they died in real life right when their character did. Or right after their character did. So now it is a death game. Yay! From there we cut to several years later, and the main character is coerced by a different group of friends to jump back into the game. It's now called Reunion. Old one was Union, this is Reunion. They need him for a dungeon, they run the dungeon, but something changes. It's a glitch in the matrix, and suddenly they're in front of a chest. The main character opens the chest, and inside is his friend that died. And now you realize you're watching Anohana, the video game, the anime. I realize for a lot of people that sounds like a good thing. They enjoyed Anohana, obviously. You should be able to tell I did not. I'm not an emotional person, so a story like that did not hit me on an emotional level. And all I was left with was a lot of idiocy. And I'm worried that's what this anime is going to have. I mean, judging from how secluded the character is, it looks like it's very similar to Anohana in that he hasn't been keeping up with his old group of friends. And I guess we'll have to wait and see, is one of them a transvestite? Is another one a wannabe gyaru? We don't know what's going on. I just really didn't want another Anohana. So moving away from the comparisons, let's just look at this anime for what it is. Why would someone keep watching it? Will I keep watching it? Yeah, probably. I'm curious because they apparently have this ability called sense. Only people with sense can play this game. Reunion. So I'm curious, how does this sense affect the game? It looks like it's a trait you're born with, and that trait transforms your character. Our MC is a fighter, and I guess it's related to a sense. The girl who died could see the future through her sense. So did she see her death coming? Did she know any of this was going to happen? We don't know. And then there's just, why is her character there? Is it just her character? It's probably not a blank slate because she said the main MC's name when she woke up in the chest. So presumably it's the avatar, but does that mean the real girl is alive somewhere? Are they going to resurrect her somehow? We don't know. We, the viewers, aren't shown the body during the funeral scene, but there's no reason to think that the body was fake and that she's been, stashed away somewhere only to now wake up and play the game. I don't really get it. I guess the really big question is, what's the overarching plot of this anime? What's the story you're gonna tell us? There was a glitch in the matrix, so we're led to believe that someone is leading these events to happen. Who are they and why? Obviously the girl is special because she can see the future, but what makes the MC special? Is it just because he has ties to her? Then what about the other friends that were in the party? Would this have happened if they were here? Is it just the MC? Is it just because he's our MC? I don't know. So aside from speculation for the future, let's look at more closely at the mechanics of this first episode. Dialogue was nothing memorable. Rarely is, so whatever. We don't get that, but whatever. There's worse dialogue out there, I'll say that. There was the beginnings of a love triangle between the MC, this future seeing girl, and this other girl who acted like a tsundere. Is that gonna turn into anything? Probably not, because the future girl, it seemed like it was a miscommunication, not an actual love triangle starting up. Characters. We have MC, fighter, Seems pretty straightforward. Nothing special. Nothing unique about him compared to other MCs. A real Kirito type, I will say that, which is not a compliment. There was a more fancy-looking guy who apparently lived in another country away from these kids. So how does he play in the story? Why is that important? Is that going to be a factor later in the story? We had our glasses kid. Real angry type. He'd be the one to turn tranny. At least that's what happened in Anohana. Ugh. And then we have our shy girl, Tsundere, and then the main female for now. It's certainly not a memorable cast. I find this anime, I don't really think I'll be remembering it anytime in the future. It's pretty freaking generic. For closing statements, I don't really want to write this anime off because it's got some things going for it. The sense, someone behind the scenes setting this up. It could be a good show. We'll wait down the line and see if it's a sleeper hit. It won't be, but hey, maybe.